What if the few hours after your last meal were the hidden key to burning fat overnight? Most people eat dinner, settle on the couch, scroll their phone, or flip through TV shows, assuming fat loss happens during the workout or while fasting the next day. But the truth is, your body's most overlooked fat-burning window begins after dinner. It's not just about what you eat, it's about what your body does with it in those quiet hours before sleep. That window holds the power to either keep you in fat storage or guide you into a natural, efficient burn mode. And the difference lies in how your metabolism runs once the lights go out. At night, your insulin should drop, growth hormone should rise, and your body should shift into repair mode. It's the time your system clears waste, balances hormones, and pulls energy from stored fat. But if your insulin is still high from late snacks or sugary desserts, your body never flips that switch. Instead, it keeps packing fat, especially around your waist and liver. You wake up groggy, inflamed, and stuck in the same cycle again. Here's what's happening under the hood. Every time you eat, your insulin rises. That's normal. Insulin stores nutrients, but when insulin is high, fat burning halts. At night, that becomes a real issue because your brain, liver, and muscles still need fuel while you sleep. And if insulin is lingering, your body won't use stored fat. It just keeps locking it away. In this video, I'm walking you through how to reverse that step by step. You'll learn how to bring insulin down after dinner, how to calm your digestive system, and how to send your body the right signals to burn fat throughout the night. We'll cover how night snacking messes with insulin, how your liver decides between fat burning and fat storing, and how small habits like timing your last bite or moving your body for a few minutes after eating can rewire your overnight metabolism. No pills, no machines, just biology and simple steps. By the end, you'll have a plan you can try tonight. 6 key habits to help stabilize your blood sugar, improve digestion, activate your brown fat, and balance your sleep hormones like melatonin and cortisol. These aren't tricks, they're rooted in how your body naturally works, and they're surprisingly easy to start. So if you want to wake up feeling lighter, clearer, and more energized without adding cardio, without skipping meals, this is the path, because fat loss doesn't come from forcing your body, it comes from working with it. And it starts with insulin, the most important switch in your system. Here's what happens after dinner. Your body gets that signal, incoming fuel. The pancreas sends out insulin to move that glucose into cells. But insulin also blocks fat burning. It tells your body there's no need to use stored energy. If you keep eating late, snacking, sipping soda, or reaching for something sweet, insulin stays elevated, and that switch to fat burning never happens. The goal is simple: lower insulin before bed. When insulin drops, your body starts tapping into stored fat, especially from your liver and belly, to power your brain and repair cells while you sleep. This is how your body was designed to function. Let me give you a simple image. Think of your body like a hybrid car. It has 2 energy sources, fuel from food and fuel from storage. As long as you're filling the tank with food, it never uses the battery or fat stores. But once the tank is empty, it naturally switches to stored energy. That shift can't happen if you're still snacking or sipping calories late into the night. So what's the protocol? Start with this. Finish dinner 3 hours before bed. That gives your insulin time to peak, do its job, and begin to fall. So if you sleep around 10 p.m., make sure your last bite is around 7 p.m. That 3-hour window allows your body to move through digestion and start dipping into stored fat just as you're winding down for bed. Next, look at what's on your plate. Keeping your dinner insulin-friendly is crucial. That means steering clear of foods that spike blood sugar, white rice, bread, pasta, sugary sauces, or desserts. These might seem innocent, but they push your insulin levels too high too late in the day. Instead, focus on foods that keep blood sugar steady and support overnight fat burning. Start with a good protein source: chicken, fish, eggs, cottage cheese, or lentils. Protein helps stabilize your blood sugar, keeps you full longer, and gives your body the building blocks it needs for overnight repair. Pair that with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, nuts, or ghee. These fats don't trigger insulin spikes, and they send signals to your brain that you're satisfied. They also help release key hormones like leptin and CCK, which tell your body it's time to rest and repair. Then fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables. Think spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, or zucchini. These veggies are packed with fiber, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients your liver uses to manage glucose and start detoxifying as you sleep. It's not about eating less at night, it's about eating smarter so your system stays balanced. Cutting out late carbs and sugar doesn't mean bland meals. You can still add flavor with herbs, spices, lemon, or vinegar. Speaking of vinegar, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar or lemon water before dinner can even help reduce blood sugar spikes and support digestion. Small habit, big shift. Studies back this up. When people eat higher protein dinners and skip sugary carbs at night, they burn more fat while they sleep. Their insulin drops faster, growth hormone kicks in stronger, and the liver moves into fat burning mode, just the way nature intended. Now that you've timed your dinner and built your plate with intention, here's where most people stop. But there's one more step that can boost everything you've done so far, and it only takes 10 minutes. What you do in the half hour after your evening meal can completely change how much sugar stays in your blood, how fast your insulin falls, and how quickly your body starts burning fat. And no, this isn't about intense workouts or hitting the gym. It's something far simpler, light movement. Just a short walk, a few minutes of standing stretches, or pacing around your home can activate your muscles in a way that pulls sugar out of your bloodstream without needing insulin to do it. Here's what's happening under the surface. After a meal, your blood sugar rises. Insulin comes in to move that sugar into your cells. But your muscles have a special power. When they contract, even gently, they can absorb sugar without relying on insulin. This is called insulin-independent glucose uptake. It means your muscles are helping out your pancreas and clearing sugar faster. Think of your blood sugar like water filling a sink. Insulin is the main drain, but light movement opens a second drain. That second drain helps prevent overflow, or in this case, high blood sugar. It clears the system faster, helping insulin drop sooner and fat burning begin earlier. You don't need a treadmill or weights. A 10 to 15-minute walk around the block or pacing your hallway is enough. If walking isn't possible, do calf raises, light squats, or march in place while chatting on the phone or cleaning up the kitchen. The key here is not intensity, it's consistency. Even something as basic as standing while folding laundry or walking in circles during a phone call can move the needle. If you stay still, glucose lingers longer in your blood, but just a little movement lowers it quicker, drops insulin faster, and helps your body slip into that fat-burning zone sooner. The research backs it up. One study showed that a 10-minute walk after dinner could reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. That's a huge impact for such a small habit. In people with insulin resistance or prediabetes, that simple walk worked even better than some medications at improving blood sugar control. And it's sustainable. You don't need a schedule, equipment, or a plan. Just move. Move with your kids, your partner, on a call, or while tidying up the kitchen. It adds up. Now you've done 3 powerful things: timed your last meal, built a fat-burning dinner, and added light movement after eating. But there's still one more layer that often gets missed, and that's your digestion. Because if your digestive system is still working overtime late into the night, your body can't fully switch into repair and fat-burning mode. Digestion takes energy, and when your gut is busy, the rest of your body has to wait. Inflammation rises, cortisol stays high, and deep sleep suffers. That's a recipe for fat storage, not fat loss. Let's break down what's really happening. When you eat, your stomach needs strong acid and enzymes to break down food, especially proteins and fats. Your liver and gallbladder need to release bile to digest fat. Your pancreas sends out enzymes for carbs. But if your last meal was heavy, greasy, sugary, or cold, digestion drags on for hours. Your system stays stuck in processing mode. Imagine your digestion like a factory. During the day, it's working, taking in shipments, running machines, moving product. But at night, it's supposed to shut down, clean up, rest the equipment, and do maintenance. If you send in a late shipment, dessert, snacks, a drink, those machines keep running all night. No cleanup happens, the factory gets backed up. In your body, that shows up as bloating, reflux, poor sleep, and zero fat burn. So how do you give your gut a break and let the rest of your body get to work? First, that 3-hour window before bed doesn't just help insulin, it helps your stomach empty and your liver complete its nutrient processing cycle before you lie down. That alone reduces nighttime digestive stress. Second, skip cold desserts after dinner. Cold foods like ice cream or chilled drinks can slow blood flow to the stomach and reduce enzyme activity. That means your stomach has to work harder and digestion takes longer. Instead, add gentle digestive support. Herbal teas like ginger, peppermint, or chamomile help calm the stomach, reduce gas, and ease the digestive process. Just a warm cup after dinner can signal your body it's time to wind down. A tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in water before dinner can help with stomach acid and lower the blood sugar spike from your meal. You can also use bitter foods like lemon water, arugula, or dandelion greens to stimulate bile from the liver and gallbladder. And don't forget to chew your food properly. It sounds too simple to matter, but chewing starts digestion. It mixes enzymes with food and makes your stomach's job easier. If you swallow in big chunks, your stomach has to work twice as hard, using more acid, more time and more energy, all of which can keep your system active far too late. There's one more trick you can use if your digestion tends to run slow: optional digestive enzymes or magnesium. For some people, especially those dealing with constipation or sluggish gut function, these can gently support motility and help the system shut down sooner. The earlier your gut gets to rest, the sooner your body shifts into healing, recovery, and fat burning. Now that you've handled your meal timing, food choices, post-meal movement, and digestion, it's time to unlock what happens next, the hormonal switch that drives everything behind the scenes once you fall asleep. This is where the real overnight fat loss happens, and it all starts with your hormones. Roughly an hour or so after you drift into deep sleep, your brain sends a signal to your pituitary gland. That signal tells your body to release growth hormone. This isn't just for building muscle or helping kids grow. Growth hormone is one of your body's top-tier repair and fat-burning tools. It tells your cells to use fat for energy, rebuild tissue, and clean out damage from the day. But, and here's the critical part, growth hormone only rises when insulin is low and your sleep is deep. If you've eaten too late, scrolled your phone in bed, or gone to sleep with high stress or screen light exposure, you block that whole sequence. Insulin stays up, melatonin stays down, and growth hormone never shows up. Think of your body like a construction site. Growth hormone is the repair team, but they only show up when the lights are dim, the noise is low, and the power grid, your insulin levels, is down for the night. If the site's too busy, the crew never comes. So how do you make sure your repair crew gets in and does its job? Start by dimming your lights an hour before bed. Bright overhead lights, phones and screens confuse your brain into thinking it's still daytime. That suppresses melatonin, your sleep hormone. And melatonin isn't just for helping you drift off. It also boosts insulin sensitivity and signals your body to start burning fat. Next, cool down your sleep environment. Studies show that sleeping in a cooler room around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or about 18 degrees Celsius activates something called brown fat. Brown fat is a special kind of fat that actually burns calories to keep you warm. It boosts your metabolic rate while you sleep, especially in cooler temperatures. The colder your environment, within reason, the more brown fat becomes active, helping your body stay in burn mode all night. Now focus on when you go to bed. Most of your growth hormone is released during your first deep sleep cycle, which happens earlier in the night. Going to bed around 9:30 or 10:30 gives your body access to that prime window. If you delay sleep until midnight or later, you miss the best part of the repair process. You can also support your nervous system with nutrients like magnesium or glycine before bed. These help relax your body, lower cortisol, and create the conditions for deeper sleep, which in turn supports better growth hormone release. They're not essential, but they can help. And finally, don't ignore what happens after you wake up. Morning sunlight isn't just a mood booster. It also resets your circadian rhythm, improves your nighttime melatonin production, aligns your sleep-wake cycle, and sharpens your insulin response throughout the day. It's like hitting the reset button on your hormonal clock, and it makes your whole system work more efficiently. Even if you've done everything right so far, eaten early, kept your dinner clean, moved your body, supported digestion, and set the stage for hormonal repair, there are a few small habits that can quietly undo all your effort. These are things that don't seem harmful at first, but inside your body they interrupt the fat-burning process in powerful ways. Let's start with the one people overlook most: late-night sugar. Even something small, a scoop of ice cream, a chocolate square, a sweetened yogurt, or even a bowl of fruit, can spike your blood sugar and keep your insulin levels elevated for hours. Remember, once insulin goes up, fat burning shuts off. So even if you had a perfect dinner and moved afterward, that one dessert could flip your body right back into storage mode. Then there's alcohol. A glass of wine or a nightcap might feel like it helps you relax, but metabolically it's doing the opposite. Your liver stops everything else to process alcohol first. That means fat burning is put on hold. Alcohol also increases blood sugar swings, raises triglycerides, and suppresses deep sleep, the very sleep where hormonal repair and fat loss happen. It feels like you're unwinding, but inside your system it's scrambling to clean up the mess. Next is the just one thing trap: a handful of nuts, some crackers, or picking at leftovers. These tiny bites seem harmless, but they reactivate digestion and raise insulin. Your body, which was about to enter rest mode, has to turn the lights back on and go back to work. That shift delays growth hormone, extends insulin's presence, and keeps fat locked away longer. And one of the biggest culprits of all, screens. Bright light from your phone, TV, or laptop tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. That suppresses melatonin, the hormone that sets your sleep cycle, and it throws off the hormonal flow that supports overnight fat burning. Melatonin doesn't just help you fall asleep, it also plays a role in insulin sensitivity and signals your body to begin the fat-burning repair phase. When it stays low, everything else stays delayed. Here's an easy way to picture it. Think of your nighttime routine, like preparing a campfire. You've stacked the logs, cleared the space, and lit the flame. But a sudden gust of wind in the form of sugar, alcohol, or screen light can blow it out instantly. If you want that fire to burn through the night, you need to shield it from those winds. So how do you protect it? Keep your no-calorie window clean. That means no fruit, no snacks, no drinks with calories after dinner. If you enjoy alcohol, have it with your meal, not after, and choose options that are easier on your liver, like dry wine or clear spirits, always in moderation. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. If that's not possible, switch to warm lighting, use blue light filters, or wear blue light blocking glasses. Give your body a chance to make melatonin and settle into its natural rhythm. If you feel tempted to snack, replace the urge with a ritual like sipping herbal tea, journaling, or simply heading to bed a bit earlier. These aren't restrictions, they're boundaries that protect your metabolism. You're not depriving yourself. You're giving your hormones, your liver, and your brain the space they need to do what they're designed to do. So tonight, I want you to look at your evening differently, not as the window after a long day, but as the moment your body starts doing its most important work. This is where fat burning begins, not in the gym, not on the scale, but inside your biology. When you understand how these final hours before bed shape your metabolism, it's no longer about restriction. It's about direction. You're not forcing fat loss. You're allowing it. Let's bring it all together. First, you learn that insulin is the gatekeeper. If it's high, your body stores fat. If it's low, your body starts using fat for fuel. That's why the first step is finishing dinner at least 3 hours before bed. No snacking, no sipping calories, no bites in between. That one shift helps insulin drop in time for sleep. Then you learned it's not just when you eat, it's what's on the plate. Meals rich in protein, healthy fats, fiber, and minerals tell your liver to stay calm. Blood sugar rises gently, insulin doesn't spike, and your liver transitions smoothly into burn mode as you sleep. That single dinner choice shapes what happens for the next 8 hours. Next came the overlooked habit, light movement after eating. Just 10 minutes of walking, standing, or pacing helps your muscles pull sugar from the blood without insulin. That drains glucose faster, brings insulin down, and sets your body up for fat burning before your head even hits the pillow. You didn't stop there, you took care of digestion, because if your gut's still working at midnight, your body can't repair, detox, or burn fat. You added herbal teas, skipped cold desserts, chewed your food well, and let your stomach wind down early. That shift cleared the way for healing. Then we unlocked the power of hormones, growth hormone, melatonin, and brown fat, your night team. You dimmed the lights before bed, slept in a cool room, got to bed earlier, and gave your system the tools to do its job. These hormones are not optional. They run your nighttime fat burn, but they only work when you give them the right environment. And finally, you learn to spot the saboteurs: late sugar, alcohol after dinner, random bites from the fridge, and screen time. These might seem small, but they throw everything off. They raise insulin, disrupt sleep, block hormones, and keep your system stuck in storage mode. Now you know how to protect your progress from the moment dinner ends. So here's your challenge, not for the next month, just for tonight. Try one thing, just one. Finish dinner 3 hours before bed, or skip dessert, or walk for 10 minutes, or put your phone away an hour before sleep. Pick one. Just that single shift will start a ripple effect. You'll wake up clearer, lighter, and more in tune with your body. Not because you forced change, but because you finally stopped working against your biology. This isn't about perfection, it's about rhythm, about building habits that match how your body is already designed to function. Once you feel that shift, the better sleep, the lighter mornings, the calm energy, you'll want to keep going. And you'll realize fat loss doesn't need to be a struggle. It needs a system. If this video gave you something new to think about, tap the like button and subscribe. Every day we're sharing science-backed ways to heal your metabolism naturally. No fads, no noise, just clear tools that actually work. Thanks for watching.